One time, I was visiting a shrine in Poland dedicated to St. Mary Magdalene. Their tradition is that the first time you visit, in order to experience the blindness of her life before she met Jesus, you have to walk backwards down the path through the forest with someone giving you directions. I had a practical jokester of a priest guiding me, so he constantly led me off the path. So I trip over rocks and tree branches and bump into countless obstacles. I did get there eventually, but it's a good thing that in the journey of life, God is a much more reliable guide than my priest friend was. In the ancient Jewish worldview, life's journey was conceived as a man walking backwards. He sees what he's already walked by in the past, but he has to trust in God's voice to lead him along a safe path into the future which he cannot see. One time, early on in seminary, I spent too much time hanging out with a female friend of mine, and I started to fall in love with her. Falling in love naturally happens when men and women spend time together, and it doesn't necessarily mean we should act upon those feelings, but they're hard to ignore. So I questioned whether God was calling me to leave seminary for this girl or not. I stopped caring about what God wanted for me, and I wanted Him to simply bless me and give me permission to do what I wanted. I constantly pondered and prayed about this and spilt many tears, digging for some sign that God wanted me to leave seminary. Some days I convinced myself that God did want me to leave. Other days, it felt like I should stay. This went on for several months, alternating almost daily what I thought God wanted me to do. From that uncertainty, I began to doubt that God really cared about me and wanted what was best for me, and fleetingly even doubted God's existence, which woke me up. Eventually, I realized that the devil was simply toying with me, and the devil cared less about my staying or leaving seminary. What he really wanted to do was destroy my trust in God, to doubt God's goodness and love for me. I wasn't happy about staying, but I trusted my previous discernment, which led me to seminary, and since I experienced no lasting peace ever since contemplating leaving, I decided to stay. Once I firmly made that decision, and rejected entertaining the idea of leaving, the doubts started to go away and peace eventually returned. You can't sit on the fence forever. Sitting on a pointy fence is actually rather painful and ultimately paralyzes our relationship with God. You have to act, even if you don't have certainty. A priest friend of mine reflects on the example of Samuel's calling. Samuel hears God's voice during the night, and he keeps going to his master Eli, thinking that it was him calling. Samuel made mistakes about what he was supposed to do, but eventually recognized that this was God's voice calling him. But the only way he learned was by getting up and making those mistakes and going. We often think, I need certainty before I can act. I need perfect clarity before I can make a decision. But in doing God's will, certainty doesn't lead to action. Rather, action leads to certainty. I can't know unless I go. God wants to drive the car, but you've got to step on the gas. God can't drive a parked car. So what's your next step? If you're not sure, talking to your diocesan vocation director can help you figure that out. Even if you feel like you're walking blind and backwards, take that step. Fear and uncertainty is where the devil wants to keep you. Following the Lord is what will bring you peace and joy.